Hello, guys, and welcome to another series here with me where I do a book review about psychology of money. And today we are going to talk about another page. So I'm going to start with patience and greed. Patience is key when it comes to money. So Ronald Reed was patient, Richard Fuscone was greedy. That is all it took to eclipse the massive education and experience gap between the two. Okay, actually, he was talking about two different people. One was a janitor, and one was like a popular person who was in Forbes, top most influential person, and the rest. But in all of it, they had different situations. The one who was a janitor was very disciplined. He bought stock, and and he was patient. His money was able to be sustainable for him even at the long run. While the other one, heart of greediness, doing different things, being greedy with his finances, he had some flops. And this book is trying to say that sometimes it doesn't even matter your level of education and your experience. Okay, and it says do not be greedy when it comes to money. In what other industry does someone with no college degree, no training, no background, no formal experience, and no connection massively outperform someone with the best education, the best training, and the best connection? And this applies to most of the time. We learned that even Mark Zuckerberg was a dropout, right? And now he even has a degree because they actually gave him Harvard gave him a degree. So that is just to tell you that many people who are not even educated, who don't have the college degree and all, if you go check their bio, you would understand that they are billionaires. Even Femi Otedola, who wrote a book, Making It Big, and he, in his book or even in his profile, he talks about his level of education. He went into business instead of furthering his education. So we have seen many scenarios, but we are not saying that education do not have any impact on financial stability. It's just that there's so much difference, right? Because even in the educational system, they did not teach more about financial education. They don't teach about how to create wealth or how to invest and all. They teach you theoretical aspects in other topics that doesn't have to do with wealth creation. So let's move on. Money doesn't care about your degree. Okay, he said that the aim of this book is to use short stories to convince you that soft skills are more important than the technical side of money. Let's move to the other page. Okay. Finance seems as a math based field. Okay. The soft skills I've come to realize greatly is underappreciated. Finance is overwhelming taught as a math-based field where you put data into a formula and the formula tells you what to do and it's assumed that you just go do it. Okay, this is true in personal finance where you are told to have a 6 month emergency fund and save 10% of your salary. Okay, so as many of you know, even if you don't know, now you know that in personal finance, when you make some money, you're supposed to have 6 months emergency fund and you're also supposed to save 10% of your salary. Let's say you are earning 60,000 naira, you're supposed to save 6,000 every month. If you're earning 100,000, you're supposed to save 10,000 every month, and you're supposed to do that for 6 months. And now we have some companies now where they help you save. So let's say, for instance, if you're earning probably 60,000 and they remove 5,000 to help you save, approximately some of them do that in a year. That's a good company, but you both need to have an agreement to avoid them maybe taking your money and not giving you back due to some contrast reasons. So get that really correct. Now the next thing is saving and investing is very key. Okay, so it's one thing to buy stock, it's another thing to learn the habit of saving. So if you know you're not a saving type, this is an eye opener for you. This is why I am summarizing this book, right? I am explaining it to you to go learn how to save. And if you don't know, we have some saving companies like PGVest, CarryWise. We even have Bamboo. It's like a saving, even though it's an investing platform. You're actually saving. And we have other amazing saving platforms that you can use. I'm definitely going to tag them. Okay. So moving on. It's not that any of these things are bad or wrong. It's that knowing what to do tells you nothing about what happens in your head when you try to do it. The brain, your brain is so very, very important that sometimes it's going to tell you what to do and what not to do. But yeah, it's saying knowing what to do tells you nothing about what is happening in your head. Like your head is going to figure out some certain things regarding your finances. Okay, so you have to just know how to make use of your brain when it comes to your finances. And also, I forgot to include, you can make good use of your traditional bank or your online bank as well to help you save. I believe there's a place on your bank app where you can lock your savings. Okay, so use any of the banks as well. Now, we're going to talk about the two topics impact everyone when you're interested in them, which is health and money. Those are the most two topics that is very, very fundamental in life. Health and money. Your health is a priority and your money is also what, a priority. The healthcare industry is a triumph of modern science with rising life expectancy across the world. Okay, scientific discoveries have replaced doctors' old ideas about the human body works, and virtually everyone is healthier because of it. So we're going to say a special thanks to all our scientists, the power of science in medicine. Now scientists have been able to replace so many doctors' traditional ideas about the human body, and now we can see that many people are so healthy as a result of this. So we're going to also talk about trial and error, but as trial and error taught us to become better with our finances, are we less likely to bury ourselves in debt, more likely to save for a rainy day and prepare for retirement? So definitely in your finances, you'd always have some trials and error, but your trials and error is also a point for you to reflect whether it's as made you get into debt, especially in this year. Have you been in debt this year? You need to ask yourself that question. Were you able to solve your debts this year? Then were you also likely to save for a rainy day? If you know you have not been saving this year, you need to start reflecting on the fact that maybe from next year you'll do your best to start with saving. And then have you been preparing for your retirement? If you know you haven't been doing that, this calls for, a change. A change. You have to start thinking of your retirement. Retirement is not just for only people that work with the government or people that works in private firm that has retirement fund. You definitely need to have a retirement plan. Even as I'm talking, I'm also learning from it. So thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you need some financial consultation one-on-one, it costs just as low as yeah, I think I have consultation services. We have for 30 minutes, we have for 1 hour. I believe that 30 minutes, definitely if it's same medium, I'll definitely send you the price date. So I'm going to call my number. My number is plus 234-814-748-0036. And maybe probably I could try as much as possible to see if I can sell the book, or maybe just do like a summary of what I've learned in the psychology of money. So maybe I could work something like that. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in another series here on psychology of money. And once again, my name is Teacher, and bye.